Series 4, The Return to Egypt. Episode 7, Moses returns to Egypt. Moses returns to Egypt with Aaron by his side. They approach Pharaoh and demand the release of the Israelites. Pharaoh dismisses them, hardening his heart against God's will. Episode 8, The First Plague. Moses and Aaron perform the first miracle before Pharaoh, turning the Nile into blood. Pharaoh remains unyielding, and the plagues begin. Episode 9, The Plagues continue. The plagues escalate: frogs, lice, flies, and diseased livestock. Each plague is a sign of God's power and a direct challenge to Egypt's gods. Pharaoh's heart grows harder with each passing event. Series 5, The Climax of the Plagues. Episode 10, The Plague of Darkness. The ninth plague casts Egypt into a deep darkness for 3 days. Pharaoh pleads with Moses, but refuses to let the people go. Tension rises as the final plague approaches. Episode 11, The Passover Command. God instructs Moses to prepare the Israelites for the final plague, telling them to mark their doorposts with lamb's blood. The angel of death will pass over their homes, sparing their firstborns. The firstborns of Egypt perish, including Pharaoh's own son. Series 6, The Exodus begins. Episode 12, The Israelites leave Egypt. After the devastating plague, Pharaoh finally releases the Israelites. The people hastily prepare for the journey. As they leave Egypt, they are pursued by Pharaoh's army. Episode 13, The Parting of the Red Sea. Trapped by the Red Sea, Moses raises his staff, and God parts the waters, allowing the Israelites to cross on dry land. When Pharaoh's army attempts to follow, the waters return, drowning them. Series 7, Journey Through the Wilderness. Episode 14, The Song of Deliverance. After the crossing of the Red Sea, Moses and the Israelites sing a song of praise and deliverance to God. However, their journey through the wilderness is just beginning. Episode 15, The Bitter Water at Marah. The Israelites begin to grumble as they face hunger and thirst. They come to a bitter spring of water at Marah, but God tells Moses to throw a piece of wood into the water, making it sweet and drinkable. Series 8, Miracles in the Wilderness. Episode 16, Manna from Heaven. The Israelites complain about hunger. God provides manna, a bread-like substance, from heaven to feed the people daily. The people are instructed to gather it each morning. Episode 17, Water from the Rock. In their thirst, the Israelites again complain. God commands Moses to strike a rock with his staff, and water flows out to satisfy the people's needs. Series 9, The Giving of the Law. Episode 18, The Journey to Mount Sinai. The Israelites reach Mount Sinai, and Moses ascends the mountain to receive instructions from God. The people wait at the foot of the mountain, unaware of what's to come. Episode 19, The 10 Commandments. Moses returns with the 10 Commandments, God's law, engraved on 2 tablets of stone. These laws will form the foundation of the Israelites' covenant with God. Series 10, The Golden Calf. Episode 20, The Israelites' Rebellion. While Moses is on the mountain, the people grow impatient and ask Aaron to make a god for them. Aaron fashions a golden calf, and the people begin to worship it. Moses is angered when he sees this sin. Episode 21, The Breaking of the Tablets. Moses smashes the tablets in his anger and calls the people to repentance. He intercedes with God, pleading for mercy on behalf of the people. Series 11, Renewal of the Covenant. Episode 22, The Second Set of Tablets. Moses returns to the mountain, where God gives him a new set of tablets. The covenant is renewed, and Moses comes down with the commandments once again. Episode 23, The Glory of God. Moses' face shines with the glory of God after his encounter on the mountain. He wears a veil to cover his radiant face when he speaks to the people. Series 12, Wandering in the Desert. Episode 24, The Spies and the Land of Canaan. Moses sends 12 spies into Canaan to scout the land. 10 bring back a fearful report, but Caleb and Joshua encourage the people to trust in God and take the land. Episode 25, The Israelites' Rebellion. The people refuse to enter the promised land, leading to a rebellion. God punishes them by declaring that the current generation will die in the wilderness, and only their children will inherit the land. Series 13, The Legacy of Moses. Episode 26, The Bronze Serpent. The people continue to grumble, and God sends venomous snakes. Moses prays, and God instructs him to make a bronze serpent and lift it up, healing all who look at it. Episode 27, Moses' Farewell to Aaron. Aaron dies on Mount Hor, and the people mourn him. Moses continues to lead the people toward the promised land, but his time is drawing to a close. Series 14, Preparing for the Promised Land. Episode 28, Moses prepares Joshua. Moses appoints Joshua as his successor and gives him a charge to lead the people into the promised land. He encourages the Israelites to remain faithful to God. Episode 29, Moses' Final Blessing. Moses blesses the 12 tribes of Israel, giving prophetic words about their future and the greatness of the land they are about to enter. Series 15, The Death of Moses. Episode 30, Moses' Death on Mount Nebo. Moses climbs to the top of Mount Nebo, where God allows him to see the promised land. He dies there, and God himself buries him in an undisclosed location. Joshua assumes leadership, and the people prepare to enter the land God promised them. This 15-series, 30-episode story would be a visually stunning and emotionally powerful 3D animation that spans the life of Moses, depicting his growth, struggles, miracles, and ultimately, his role in leading the Israelites to the brink of the promised land. Each episode builds upon the previous, immersing viewers in the ancient world of Israel's exodus while conveying the timeless lessons of faith, obedience, and God's sovereignty. Thank you for watching.